What's up? Jay Mart here, and I just got a Tesla. I haven't even had it for a week, but this is my third attempt for a car wash. I still messed it up.
Is it doing it again? It's doing it again, guys. While we're going to the car wash, let's just walk you through a few of these different things that I've learned having this for a few days now. Haven't even had the car for a week. I just went and got one of my free charges at the supercharger, so we did that. So the cameras on my last video that I did with the FDS, full driving, what is it? I always forget. Full self-driving. So I did a video on full self-driving where I went up to Tuacahn and went through some roundabouts and stuff like that. He was talking about the cameras on it, so I was saying that there was 4 exterior and 1 interior. You know what? There's actually more than that, and I realized, oh yeah, there's 2 on each side. So they have 2 that face backwards and 2 facing forward. So right here in the pillar, there's a camera that I feel like it's angled going forward, and then in the fenders, there's another camera in the front fenders. So there's actually 2 cameras on each side. So keeping that in mind, now you have 2 on each side, 1 in the front, 1 in the back. So that's 6 cameras plus the internal cabin camera. So there's actually 7 cameras. So that was a correction from the last video that I did. But yeah, if I come into here, quick glance, you see these 2 cameras that are pointing backwards. So these ones look like they are the fender ones, and then the pillar ones actually looks like going forward. So the fender ones go backwards from what I can tell with the blind spots. So the Tesla has different ways of recording. There's like sense modes and stuff like that, I believe, and you can actually activate when you hit the horn. It will start recording. If it detects an incident, it will record, and also records the last 60 minutes of your drive, and then that just loops over one another. So the last 60 minutes of your drive that you're running the car, it records all the cameras as well in that mode. So right now it's actually doing a little bit of a lane change because we're losing this lane. It's going to throw me here into the left lane, and yeah, it's doing a very good job. I have noticed this feature, the full self-driving mode, supervise, has worked really well. Very little interventions. I haven't really stress tested it, you know, like would have been interesting when I was in Vegas on the strip where there's a lot of stuff going on, and actually testing it then. But at that point it wasn't up and running. The car was too new. The cameras do need to calibrate and adjust. So when you first buy the car, it takes a minute or 2 for it to really get some data around it before you can actually fully use the FSD. So about on the way home, I was able to activate the FSD and do it after I left Vegas. Eventually, I'm sure I'll be back in Vegas. I would like to see how well it performs in a scenario like that. But one of the things I wanted to circle back to, sorry, I got talking about that, but let's talk about the camera recording. So like I said, you can actually take up to 30-second clips off of your phone. The 30-second clips are degraded video from what I can tell. It's definitely not HD. It's very pixelated. I wanted to put some of the footage from my FSD drive on the other one, and it's like, oh, that looks like garbage. So I wasn't too happy with the footage. So I ended up actually recording my screen because it looked better on my screen than the quick grabs that I got off my phone. Even that wasn't the quality I really wanted, and I wanted to get some better video footage from the actual cameras on the car. So I did find out that you can pull them. The best way of doing it, 60 minutes is stored on a flash drive in your car, and that's actually in the glove compartment where you can take that flash drive, put it to a computer, and pull the video footage. I wanted to do that on the last video, but like I said, it records over itself after 60 seconds. So the footage that I wanted to get was at that point gone. This little stretch here on the road is I'm going to speed up a little bit. It's 30 miles per hour, but we're just left the town. It actually goes up to 40 miles per hour. Got some people on my butt right now. That's the other thing I kind of like about the autopilot and the FSD is that you can interact with it a little bit where it's lighting up on my screen. Autopilot will not brake because I'm actually pushing on the gas pedal, and now we're hitting 40 miles per hour. I just was trying to be curious to the bunch of cars behind me, so we'll let the FSD go back and keep the traffic moving smooth there. So yeah, so those are some of the things that I learned just after having this car for a little bit. I really love how it can record different segments. Right now I got a phone recording me right here. This is an iPhone 14 Pro, so it has good cameras and all that type of stuff. Then I have an iPhone, actually this is the 16. The one behind me is an iPhone 14, so I got some footage right there recording as well that's grabbing all this information. So I definitely got a lot of video angles with this. We're getting close to our car wash. We're gonna go through it. It rained last night, got a lot of those dirt rain spots. We're gonna clean that out. Let's go ahead and go through the process of washing the car. So okay, look at this, guys. The car is turning right. So on a side note, this is just on a tripod. This is probably not the best setup, but it works for the most part. But you saw that kind of just tilt a little bit right there. Okay, no, it's actually going to a different destination. So I'm overriding FSD now. So we are taking that off because we do not want to go with that direction. So I realized I didn't put the car wash in. So I'm going to manually drive to the car wash. There's a light coming up here. It's right after that light. Corrective steering applied for your safety. Oh, it just did a little correction with the road and stuff like that. So I don't have FSD on. That's what that little warning was. This road kind of makes some pivots and stuff like that. That's one thing I noticed. This car has the tendency to yell at you a little bit. Look at Joe mode. It's not as loud. It still warns you and all that, but it's not as loud as the standard setting. There's a story behind Joe mode too, because I guess someone complained that it kept on waking up his kids when all the sensors were going off, and tweeted it to Elon Musk, and they like created a setting for it to be quieter for Joe. Had your very first time trying to do a car wash, just take 2 seconds and I wouldn't do what I did where I just like, oh, I can figure this out pretty quick and just get in line in the car wash, because that's what I did and ended up making people wait for me. So we did get through it. People had to wait a few minutes. They did have to turn off the rollers to the car wash, but we did essentially get through it. All right, so we're getting close. So like I said, I'm going to walk you through everything right here on the screen. So the sensor should pick up, because we got a monthly pass here. I might have to, oh, yep, it grabbed it. So we're going through now. Perfect. All right, you can see there's a little bit of a line. I got some cars behind me, so we don't want to mishap like we did before. But right here, you can see I actually have the car stuff, already got it pulled up right there, car wash. So I'm gonna go ahead and enter car wash mode while I'm waiting here. And this is what I had clicked, but I actually must have clicked this again, and I see it was highlighted, but I couldn't get back in. All I was doing was opening another screen over this one. So if I hit the car thing again, it goes right back in car wash mode because it is actually active. This is what messed me up. And I think we ended up manually putting it in neutral because there's a feature right here, automatic car wash, enable free roll. Press brake and shift to drive to enable. So that is the thing that I needed to do that was messing everything up, and they couldn't push me forward. So press brake, so auto shift. So right now I have the ability to enable free roll, but I'm not on the tracks yet, so I don't want to put it in neutral, so I'm still in drive. I could fold in the mirrors, so you know, these are all the different options. This is what the car wash mode does. You can see it says keep speed below 10 miles per hour, charger port door locked, walk away door lock off, automatic wipers off, parking assist chimes off, all those different sensors and stuff. So that's what this mode does. All right, they're flagging me in, and we're getting onto the rollers. All right, and we're good. So now enable free roll. Literally, that's the one step that I missed. Like I said, it was hiding because I was in here and I could not figure it out, and I was messing around with the gear shifter and all that type of stuff. So, oh, is it doing it again? It's doing it again, guys. Okay, we should be done. So it wasn't in neutral, so you can see up here, that's where it needed to be. It does not need to be in drive. This is blue, free roll enabled. So we are now going through. So this, man, well, obviously I had a little mishap again. You know, I'll look at the video footage and stuff like that. I thought I was good to go on that, but obviously I could see it was still in drive, which you don't want it in drive. You want it to be in neutral. So, but at least we didn't hold anyone up that time. So. The inside of the car looks fine, so I'm going to go ahead and skip the vacuums for today. But that is going through automated car wash with rollers that pull you forward. So make sure you're looking on screen. Look at your park, reverse, neutral, drive. Obviously you need to be in neutral. You don't want any brakes or any of that type of stuff on it. So all right, well, let's go home.